And we're back. Hello, 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 hello. All right. So we're pretty much finished here in Alaska. We've got, what, two last trailers to sell. And then we're on to Russia. I assume it's Russia. Taymyr, I believe it's called. But that's exciting. We're on to the third of 3 maps. Right. We need this. Hello. Hello. We need to start the timer. We need to bring this up. All right. So these are the last two. Well, it's not technically. So we're leaving this here because eventually we're going to come back and try and gold this weather forecast, but I can't be bothered doing it with the trucks that we have. We've golded everything else. Yeah, so we're golding everything else, but this one is just like, so we're not going to bother. It's too much. So for whenever we are going to do that one, we're just going to leave that scout fuel carrier there. I drove another one past there and refilled it up. So it's all good to go for whenever we decide to do that. But other than that, the only trailers left. So there's none here. None in Mountain River. And there's just this in White Valley. So the last one is Pedro Bay, in which there's 2 semi-trailers we need to do. Which luckily we have the Dairy Longhorn here. So we just got to drive to Pedro and put them both in, and then we can retain all our vehicles and be off to the last map. Exciting. Hopefully this bit shouldn't take too long. So yeah, we should get a... This should probably take 20 minutes, I think. We should get a decent amount of scouting in today. Just a bit of fun. Love scouting. In some ways, it's the least fun part of this game, and then some ways it's like the most fun part. I can never really decide how I feel about it. Right, so we need to go to Mountain River. Okay. And schwang on to Pedro Bay. I need to adjust my chair a little bit too, because this is like... I've clearly put it too high for something else. And it's like... Here we go. There's enough clearance under the desk for my controller to go under. I mean, we don't need a super hardcore truck to be like bringing these trailers to the trailer store, but like, I feel like my first experience with this truck wasn't great, and I've only heard good things about it, so I feel like we need to give it a little bit more of a chance to see how it goes. Right, we need to go literally across them. So what's going to be? I think just going around is the best way. Yeah, not having engageable diff on this truck makes a huge difference, because like I feel like its turning circle is very small without engageable diff. And it really does cause some problems. Having to do a lot of like 3-point turns around pretty basic corners, which is not ideal. But, you know, it's the trade-off. I mean, the all drive always on is never like, it's like whatever. I think for most trucks, petrol hasn't really been a problem in Alaska, to be honest. There's a couple of times we got pretty low, but I don't really think it's an issue. The pretty like normal corner, it just can't do it. Go flying off this corner like we always almost do. Not good. I don't even think we're going to bother getting petrol either. Well, we're picking up 2 like semi-fuel trailers, so like we'll definitely get to at least one of them before we run out of petrol. So, and that'll have thousands of liters in it, so I don't think we really need any petrol. Alright, so we deliberately left this to last, so I mean, we would have got these trailers when we were here cleaning everything up, but we didn't have a truck with a low saddle on it, so I think we'll go get this one first, drive it in, and then the last one's like all the way down here. So that's going to be like through here. You know, we might be better off just going through here. And then we'll just take the long way round for the last one. This might take a bit of time. Hopefully not too much. Assume we don't, like, roll this truck or do something dumb, right? All with that assumption. Pity there's no way to really do both of these at once. I'm pretty sure you couldn't, like, winch these semi-trailers, because the semi-trailers, when they're not being semi-trailed, put those little feedies down. I don't think you could winch along a second semi-trailer behind another semi-trailer, because it would just like grab on everything with the little feet. Sucks a bit. Uh-oh. That is what happens when you stop looking at the road. It didn't affect... Okay, it didn't actually affect our power, which is good. Just drove straight into a pole. Like, legitimately straight into a pole. We should try and sit up a bit here too. Alright, so we need to come in from the other way. That's not ideal, given this truck's current turning radius. Alright. Should be able to connect like that, but we're already a little bit turned. should help out here. You make it? You gonna make it? Yeah. Nice. Oof, that was close. So we'll take this in, take the shortest route possible back to the other one, and then we'll have to take the long route with this last trailer, and then we're done. It's much like Michigan, where I'm at the end now and I'm like a little bit sad to leave this place. You know, I've become accustomed to it. We've spent so much time here. Can be sad to leave. Yeah, we have to be careful here, because with lots of momentum behind us down this hill and a terrible turn, I'm going to make sure we actually get this turn. Not just completely slide it. In fact, we still have anyway. Alright, all good. Crisis averted. And I gotta go have a little protein drink in about an hour too, so I gotta try and not forget about that. I mean, considering that trucks quite often have issues with this snowy bit, this truck is doing very well, I will say. I haven't really had any issues with it yet. It makes me think that the first thing we try to use it for was clearly a very difficult mission that I mean, it still didn't really struggle with it, but it wasn't easy. And I'm starting to think now maybe it was just a really difficult mission that this truck just sort of gnawed through. It's a pity you can only really have, like, saddles on it. But I mean, you can put, you know, a 5-slot semi on it, which is pretty good. Alright, let's fill up before we hand this in. So I think we should, it's going to be kind of nuts. Maybe we should just go around this way. And then we'll, yeah, because if we go this way, we've got to come back around here anyway. So go the normal way, cross the river, and down here. And then we'll just go the long way. Actually, you know what? I think it's capable of getting the trailer back here. Let's do that. We're just going to do it. Because why not? It'll be a good little test for this before we move on to see whether it's capable of doing, like, more difficult stuff. Right, so we want to go here, 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 and then here, here, here. Nice little route for us. I'm quite hungry though. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. What's going on? How did it go?
Oh, I think.
Oh, they didn't? Okay. What did they say?
Like, I think.
Join the club.
You think that was bad?
No.
I said I'm not trying to be rude, but like I just and then like oh, we think kind of unfold.
Okay.
Like phone calls.
Okay, that's good. Did they say who it is doing it?
I don't ever want to pick that person. Let that roll. I said, thing is, I said I've been in this job too long now to be less flat getting my way. Like if someone doesn't do the way I do them, I can't function.
Yeah.
That's going to be a problem. Yeah, good outcome
Oh.
overall.
Well, at least you can relax now.
I don't get the mums though.
Oh no. Did they say if it was more months?
No one.
Okay. Oh. Curious?
Oh, like if I was going to consider the role, I'd be like,
I mean, you don't have to be considering it. They should be pretty open about whether it's... Yeah, maybe not. I would have thought that that'd be...
it depends, I guess. Like,
I suppose you don't care.
well, I don't care, but it's also like maybe the next role.
Alright. Alright. Bye. Yes, even this particular bit was quite difficult for some of the trucks. And this kind of just driving through it in auto, so... Seems to be quite a capable truck. I think we can go back that way with a semi-trailer. I really think it won't be that difficult. There's one corner there that was like a little bit rough. But I think we should be okay. It's much more difficult than the terrain going out the other way with the... It's a lot slower going that way, and there's that one particular bit that's quite angular. We'd have to slow down for. Ooh. Yikes. Speaking of angular roads. This engine is taking a bit of a pounding on this truck, thanks to my fantastic driving. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to really angle this. We're almost going to jackknife this straight away. And it's not taking any... No, still got good power to rate. So if we like almost come in on this angle and attach it, we should be able to drive out of here pretty easily. Hopefully that should attach. Nope. Okay. Cool. We should be able to squeeze out of here now. Good. Very good. Now just a case of not flipping this and we're done. We shall depart these lands. We can take our Hummer in all its American glory to Russia and drive around. Wouldn't that be fun? I wonder if we'll get, because like at the start of Michigan, we obviously had the Chevy, but we got the Scout 800, right? And then at the start of this, we got the Hummer. So I wonder if at the start of Tamir, we'll get a new Scout. Might be a bit of excitement, bit of fun, bit of something new. I feel like I'm gonna very quickly miss the snowy pine tree environment of Alaska though. I really do like it. I remember because this bit was like the hard bit on the time trial that we had to avoid by going up on the side. And this thing's just going through the mud bit with a semi-trailer in auto. So yeah, it's really more about the turning radius is the con on this truck, but it seems to really handle everything else very well. I think if you anticipate corners well enough, I think it shouldn't really be a problem. Nice having a truck so powerful and good that like you don't even need to take it out of auto. This entire time we haven't taken it out, just driving along. Went into some deep water, right? Just goes back into first, drives away. It's a bit like this game in general, right? Like it's rough to begin with, but once you get some trucks that actually work well, it's like everything just kind of clicks together and it's good. We're almost there. I'm actually very, like, as much as I am sad to leave this map behind, I feel like I'm going to immediately miss the snowy pine tree aesthetics. I'm very excited to try somewhere new. We'll see how long that excitement lasts for, right? But I feel like this truck would be pretty heavy too. How? Yeah, it's like very full of petrol. very big. I reckon this thing would be pretty heavy. It's really not struggling at all pulling it through some parts that other trucks have very much struggled with. That is a good sign. Like I said, I think the mission we first used it on is just not a good example of, like, I think with a normal truck it would have been like impossible, and this truck just made it look kind of there. I was pulling one of these out of the bog in White Valley. I mean, that bog screwed over all the long logs. We had to pull through it too quite badly, so kind of makes sense. I think any truck is probably going to struggle with it. But I also like that, you know, if this were, for example, the civilian, we would absolutely be running out of petrol, right? Like, just this one trip, we'd be getting pretty low on petrol. This thing is just like a beast. Still got heaps of petrol. And we're not even trying to be fuel efficient either. We're literally just driving an auto. You could make it last even longer if you really wanted to. And done. So we're going to recover. Going to blow our nose. All right. Retain. We're just going to make sure that we have got everything. Yeah. Bay, got everything. Mountain River, got everything. And got everything. But we need to, it looks like we need to go to the garage and retain some stuff here, right? Looks like there's a couple of trucks that are still in the garage. All right. Wow. Yeah, some of these DLC maps are like only 2. Interesting. Anywho, Tamir. The Drowned Lands. Okay. Let's do it. Russian Federation. Okay, so we're going to get the Hummer out. Where are you? I also want to check while we're here if there's any upgrades for this. I feel like we already put the best upgrades in it we could, but I just want to check. Off-road, stock, OHD1, advanced heavy, spare wheel. Okay. So it's about as good as this truck's going to get, which is good, right? But all it can do is low saddle. So it's going to be all semi-trailers. Hummer. Make sure we've upgraded this too. Raised, yeah. Gaugeable. Cool. Trailer store. Right. So, I guess I feel like we should try and keep in our mind's eye, right? Because we had this last time, we had to figure out where the upgrades might have been kept. I feel like, I don't know how good a job we're going to do at this. need to just remember there's like this slither that we're going to have to make sure we keep an eye out. Because, you know, that looks like an upgrade place. But they all kind of do. We just have to keep in mind that this, you're going to need to do some searches through here. Otherwise, what do we reckon? Are we going to drive around here? Should we go up here? I reckon... let's go this road. Already a trailer off again. Let's go exploring. Let's go scouting. In Russia. First task, I'm assuming. One of our oil tanks ended up in deep water on its way to the gas station. Can you wait in there and retrieve it, then transport it home? Sure. We're going to drive for a bit. We have to stop in a bit and... I mean, this does look like a pretty cool area, I will say. When we get here, it's when we need to start assessing. What direction we need to go. And obviously I'm trying to keep an eye out for any upgrades, but it's pretty early to be doing that, I think. That looks like this road just kind of gets out that way, right? I think we might need to go up here. Start going muddy. Keep our winch ready. Although autonomous winch, it's fine, even if we do flip. Good start. Didn't even need the winch to get that flip undone either. It just landed back on its wheels.
Well, I think we need to get the winch to get that flip undone. It just landed back on its wheels.
Didn't even need the winch to get that flip undone either. It just landed back on its wheels. Didn't even need the winch to get that flip undone either. It just landed back on its wheels. Alright, so we'll head to whatever that is, I guess. Task. Yeah, and then we'll go... Right. We'll go pick up that task. I mean, that looks pretty scouty, but it also looks like a crappy van, so I don't know. Is that getting damaged because we winched to it? At least I hope not. We might even be able to pull this out with this. Possibly. Oh. Dostoevsky said, "There is nothing more positive than bread. I say there is nothing worse than a truck full of glorious bread that is stuck in the miserable river. Get it out and bring it to the railway station." Okay, guessing this... Okay. So we get that scout if we take it to that hangar. Okay. Well, maybe we can just see if we can pull it out. Just to make sure it's not having water damage done to it, right? It appears that it is not going to take any more water damage, so let's just leave it there. Okay. We're just following this road, right. New area, looking muddy. Looking pretty muddy. But very green. I like the green. Big mud puddles we're gonna have to try and go around. Where do we go from here? Straight ahead. Okay. This doesn't look great, does it? Although it's not going too badly. Did we said that? See if we can see this observation tower. I would have thought we would have been able to see it. Maybe we were supposed to go this way. You know what? We're just going to... we don't need to explore it because it'll explore... Okay, we just need to turn around. We got the wrong way. I was going to say, we might as well explore this way, but the observation tower will show it all anyway, so... I wonder how bad the mud is off the road. Maybe we can cut across a little bit. Looks like it could work. Very bouncy environment. Very bouncy environment. Real muddy bits. Hey Balding Connor, how you doing? Welcome back. We've started Tamir. That's it there. Obviously, right, yeah. Not a lot, not a lot. Just, you know... living the dream on a Tuesday. What's up with you? What's going on? Not sure if we're supposed to be going cross country to get to this, but it's working, so... Nice, nice, nice. Being bored. Well, that's no good. All right. Where were we? What? How are we oriented here? Okay, here. Yeah. Fallen bricks. Tall mill. Upgrade. Alright, well. What we should do. Turn that engine off. How do we want to do this? I think maybe go back and just get this upgrade and then we can work our way towards this because there's a lot of tasks to get for the scout. Not ideal. Yeah, using the Hummer. I think it's a good scout. I like it. So we found this scout that we can get. But it looks like a van. And I don't see... I mean, you know, I've been wrong before once or twice in my life. But I don't really see a van being like an amazing scout. But maybe it is. Who knows? But it's also certainly too difficult for the Hummer to like bring back. I reckon the Hummer's the best scout that I currently have. So yeah, we're just going to keep doing it. Seems a bit weird driving a Hummer in Russia, but you know, whatever. I want to go here and here and probably go off the road here. Yikes. I think so far, going off the road doesn't really seem to be that big of an issue. Whereas going off the road in Michigan and Alaska is like a terrible idea. Which is nice. So I'm sure this has its boggy bits too. Although having said I'm using the Hummer, a couple of people have said to me that like you just use the big trucks as the scouts at this point, which I kind of get, but you know I'm trying to stay true to the theme of the game, right? You're supposed to scout with scouts. Plus, the big trucks run out of petrol very easily, so maybe not the best scouts. That is some swamps. What's this place called? The Drowned Lands. Jesus. Sounds like it's a Dark Souls game. Go into the Drowned Lands. Yikes. Alright, we got some movement now. I think the first map you start in is usually the biggest one, so kind of makes sense that this map is so huge. It's usually the big one, and then like these maps are usually the smaller ones, right? Thinking, is it worth just trying to go through these trees? Yeah. Not. Probably not the best time to turn. That massive rock there, but yeah, it's much easier to navigate. Okay, so looking for this. Not for current truck. So this is for the TUZ-166. I think that is the van, right? And lot 4. TUZ-166. Okay. Alright, it's a truck we don't have, but that's fine. We'll take the upgrades. I'm assuming we're just continuing this way. Following this road. Okay. I mean, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. These roads just look like semi-decent, nice back roads, you know? I wonder what the deal is. Going. I mean, if a scout can traverse them pretty easily, you'd think the average truck's going to do pretty well. Or maybe, like, for example, this map is more about the fuel and the planning than the difficult terrain. And maybe it's both, maybe it's none. Maybe I'm full of it. Hi. Done. Can I go for a dub? Ah, right. Fun. Test your eyeballs. Okay. He doesn't get it. Just a small dog. Okay. I guess we're going right. This is starting to look pretty muddy and backroadsy. Much more like it. And we're gonna have to start considering petrol soon too. Oh wow. It's like island, like lots of buildings in flooded lands. Drowned lands even. What is this, like a concentration camp or something? Awfully concentration campy. What have we driven into here? Like there's a mine up there? Alright, how are we gonna get there? Maybe we should go up here. Past the old mine. That's what this is, right? Yeah. It's a mine. They called this a mine. A mine. There's no mine. It's a tomb. Being very reckless here. I'm gonna call myself out here. This driving is like pretty reckless. I mean, most of the time we're around trees, so it's not a problem. But like, we very well could get flipped and be in real trouble here. Okay. Gateway to quarry. Gateway to quarry. Where are we coming from? Here. Both locked too. Interesting. Well, there's a fuel station back here. So what we might do is do a little bit of cross country. Maybe try and skirt around here. Get this upgrade. Go refuel. Or if desperate, go refuel, get this upgrade. And then we'll work our way along the main road to this upgrade and then continue to this tower. Quarry. Interesting. It's the only place we can go to from here. And they're both locked. We might not be able to do any more scouting until we've unlocked whatever it is we need to do to unlock this quarry. But that's what we're going to do. So we're going to work our way here. And go around. I would say probably go here. And petrol station. We're not really having too much trouble traversing this environment, so... I guess we'll see how we go. Just so we know exactly where we're at, we might as well put this fuel in now. Cool. I have no idea what the point of that is, but I like it. Jesus. Okay. Is there anywhere around here we can upgrade? There's an upgrade. I don't think we can upgrade with that. Sorry, not upgrade, repair. Pretty sure. Actually, no. It's a repair kit on top of this truck. I don't know why I thought. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Literally what it's there for. Yeah, my reckless driving is starting to come back and bite me a little bit. That really wasn't that hard to reverse, right? Gaugeable for the Zix numbers. 6, cool, awesome. More upgrades to trucks that I'm assuming are coming. Go around this big as mud pit. In 6 minutes I'm going to go make myself a drink too. I did see something over there. I wonder what that is. Like in the top left hand corner you can see it. Might just be a rock though. Now that I'm looking at the other rocks, it looks very much like the other rocks. Oh well. Yeah, I think, honestly, we should just go straight up this hill. It really looks a lot worse in the map than it does in real life. In real life. In the game. In real life. That really wasn't a problem at all. Okay. In this quarry. Do we think it's worth trying to get this? Holy Jesus. There are trees on the way back out, so... As we go down here somewhat responsibly... we should be able to get back up the other side too. Raised for some other truck we don't have. Yep, Voron D. I'm assuming all these are like good Russian trucks, I suppose. Gotta find out. Actually, let's go up and around this truck. This car. We might not even need these trees to get out, to be honest. It might actually just be able to climb its way out. Nice. Very nice. We'll refuel. We'll be on our way. But yeah, we might have to fix this quarry before we go on scouting. It hasn't happened in the other two maps, so it's interesting that it's done this way. Split up the scouting and the stuff you have to do. Okay, so what's the road we need to take? This one. Let's go quickly grab this one. I feel like coming all the way out here is a bit too much, but like we come back past the fuel station here, right? So let's go in. And we come back, refuel, and we will have gotten that task. Looks like this is where we get the logs. Okay, so we're going to be coming out of here a lot of times, I guess. And look how fucking muddy it is. Jesus. But it's not like, yeah, we're not really getting stuck, which is pretty good, you know? We're doing damage to ourselves, but we're not getting stuck. Much. Some big pumpkins. Hey DSA. I would, but this is my first playthrough, so I'm just I'm trying to do all the game by myself the first time. But I do plan to have people join me and do I think New Game Plus and like eventually once we get to some more of the tasks that are like lots and lots and lots of going backwards and forwards. But for now, I'm just gonna play by myself. But I appreciate the offer. What's wrong with people? No wonder insurance premiums are high in this town. A villager damaged his vehicle and then, of course, abandoned it. Please find it and take it to the overpass at the service station. And we get a car. Looks like another Scout too. But it's not a crappy van. You know what? If we do end up having to unlock the quarry before we can do more scouting, we might come and get this one because this doesn't look like a crappy van. So we might. I think we've got an upgrade for this already too. So we might actually come and do this and use that as the Scout. It's going to be the easiest way back here. I reckon trying to avoid this mud pit might be a good idea. So let's see if we can come through here. This place is very foggy too, but maybe that's just because we're coming to night time. I don't have my lights on, like an idiot. See if we can come up here. Come on, do it. There we go. Where's that go? Like it really goes anywhere. Just another dirt path. Yeah, let's maybe get out of here and just go along the grass. Hill. So we want to go down here. Straight, straight, straight. Straight, straight, straight. Ah, and then we want to go down here. I'm assuming we can go off-road here and get this upgrade. Keep traveling along here. Up there. Back on the road. Straight ahead and then on to the next observation tower. That's a fair bit of driving though, Jesus. Actually, before we head off, I need to go make myself a little drink. I'll be right back. All right. Drink made. Let's continue. Yeah, so I think we'll finish scouting this map and then figure out what we need to do to get to the quarry. I could just look now, but like, I feel like we should finish scouting first. I feel like given how easy it is to drive in the grass in this place, we should try and drive to the side of these roads as much as possible. Or whenever it looks like it's going to be particularly muddy and difficult. Is this really the best way? We could kind of drive across here, right? Really don't think that's that risky. Yeah, I don't think so. I feel like this has definitely been quicker. Alright, so just need to go right. Follow the curve around. And we're gonna go across this bit. Because, like, what could go wrong? Should be alright. Should be able to reach those trees if things go really bad. Right. I think we're just, yeah, okay. We're just following now. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. Going up into the hills for this upgrade. Right, what do we... Oh, there's the car. Kind of looks like we can just go straight and skirt around that rock up ahead. Wolf howl. Spooky. raised for the Voron Grad. Very cool. Yeah, I've not done this very well. Come on, man. That is a lot of howling. I don't know if you can hear that, but that is a lot of wolf howling. And if this were a real situation, I'd be not happy. Probably the word I would currently use. Maybe terrified. I'm gonna go with not happy. There's not a lot of trees here. We need to... No, let's not go that way. Let's go a somewhat slightly smarter way. Like jumping over these rocks. That is real creepy. Like, for real, I can hear animals moving around. Is this like one of those things where it's just a normal game and then, like, right at the end, they're like, fake, it's actually a horror game. Oh my god. Oof. Maybe I'm just hearing things. Maybe I'm losing my mind. Maybe after all this trucking, I've finally snapped. Going this way. Okay. Yeah, so we're looking for that. As I say, that is a large piece of land, but it's really not because the map stops here. Somewhat decently sized, though. Let's finish this, so I don't have to worry about it. This looks like it could be pretty rough ground too. Alright, we're doing this ourselves. Or not. Just don't want to go so far that we can't winch out if we need it. Let's try this again. so creepy. Let's try going a little over to the side. Where this guy can help us get out, if needed. Which it didn't really need. Okay. We probably want to turn left. I think maybe the sound I thought was those animal movements was actually just the environment. I mean, there's definitely wolves howling about. They're definitely out there, but animal sounds of movement I think might have just been the underbrush in this area. Just sounded like a lot of animals moving about. Asphalt road. Shit. Let's just follow this for a bit and see where it goes. Unless it starts going literally the opposite direction. You know what we should do? Keep a bearing on where we're supposed to be going. Okay. That was whew, that was close. Petrol station, please. How much this is, because we're going uphill, because like considering where that little marker is, it's quite far uphill, so the fact that we're curving around and going uphill, signs. It's a contest. You are a good driver, true, but are you an exceptional driver? Yes, then prove it to me. There are 5 points, reach them all in sequence. The faster you do it, the higher the reward. Yeah, okay. 5 minutes 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You must clearly be able to get down here pretty easily. Maybe this road kind of looks like it's leading where we want to go, so probably follow that. Got to be a little bit careful here because there's no trees for us to winch our way out of trouble. We're so close to finish scouting this map. Be a bit sad if we now had to drive all the way back out here because we flipped it and couldn't flip over. I can see how you're supposed to get down there very fast. You're just gonna absolutely YOLO down this hill in a scout, right? So it's just up there and there's no road to it. So I'm guessing we're just supposed to literally drive up here. straighten up a little bit. Ah, there is some kind of road. Oh, this is going to be interesting. I didn't like that. Wow. Lake. Okay, so are there any upgrades for us? Okay, so we got quarry, quarry, quarry. All locked. Correct? Interesting. Okay. So we've got the last upgrade to get. So we'll go get that, and then we'll figure out what we're supposed to be doing next. So we need to get down. We via this way. I mean, we'll go down here. Down here. We've got to just try and not... We've got to try and get down here without flipping this thing again. Not again, but flipping it. Got to get down again without... That was close. That really was close. Lucky I landed on the front and then went back on the wheels and not flipped over the A over T. Let's try and get off this BS. I feel like this map could be, I mean, a famous last word. I'm probably going to end up eating these words, but I feel like this map could be quite fun. And this scout work has been nowhere near as slow and tedious as it normally is. This has been quite good, actually. Right, so we're going up here. I think we're just following this around and then coming at that upgrade from... I think that's... Yeah, because you can see the yellowed line up there. I think that's where we're attacking the upgrade from. A lot of rocks, which is interesting. A lot of flippers. Right. I mean, the car is usually the indicator. That's how you're supposed to get the upgrade to from there, but it also might just be with it. So I think we'll probably just go in here. Yeah, the car is just with it. Okay. Raised for the Karnloff. Ah, that is the van. Raised for the van. Cool. Okay. So we're all done. So now we need to figure out, how did we come in here? It's like this. Yeah, like this. Okay. Okay. Just lots of look like this is it, right? I wonder if we have to get here to see what we need to do to undo it. So perhaps we should drive here and have a look. Because in the last map, to get the tunnel from White Valley to Northport, you just went to the tunnel and it told you what to do. Okay, so let's just drive. You with you. Okay. Fuck. Get this turned around somehow. There we go. Easy. Easy as. I think we're just following this road, but let's actually just check. Yeah. And then just follow, yep, okay. And just following the asphalt road. We probably should get this task while we're here. It's going to be a fair bit of shenanigans getting out there, but we're here. Should get everything as you go past, right? Looks like there's decentish enough tree and hole coverage. We can get ourselves out of trouble if we need. Look, we really need to get out of here. This could be this could be trouble for us. I think we should be okay though. I wonder if we get that truck. One of our drivers lost control of his truck and got it stuck in the swamp. Please get it out and deliver it to the garage while I take care of his incompetence. Induced migraine. Retired. Yep. That's the truck we got the upgrade for too. Nice. I'm guessing we should be trying to go around this mud pit. Although this does not look fun. This looks real muddy. Let's try and go this way. Get out of the mud. Helpful to disconnect the winch. And we're on asphalt after this, so hallelujah. So my bearings are correct. I think the other two quarry entrances are much more towards the starting point. So once we know what we need to do here, we'll probably just recover this Hummer. God, I thought that bush was a was a wolf for a second. Whew. They've been scaring me all night. I don't know about some of this damage, man. It seems a bit over the top. All right, the quarry. Okay. Oops. We want, but we might as well go and do this one. Lost in the rocks. We might as well do this one too. We have to go all the way up there with the truck. Find out what we need to do. I mean, this is going to be pretty crazy to get to. Anyhow, okay. I reckon we want this one to get these trucks out. So let's go up this way, see if it's more feasible to come back this way with it. I mean, this doesn't look great, but I think we should be able to get... There's a truck there too. Okay. I don't think going there and back is enough of a distance to worry about petrol here. Good start. All right, let's see what you got. Pretty sure it's this way. Yeah. And there's a road here too. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Just sit up a little bit, I think. It's an absolutely cooked bridge. Very interesting. Some bee farm. Hi, bees. Yeah, so we're probably not going to get as much of this scouting done today as we wanted to because we are restricted by tunnels not being open. We're just going to start doing some other shit, I guess. Do you reckon we should have this going? Yeah, we need to have this going forward. I have only theories that the thing should be going forward, but I feel like it is the truth. I don't know what we're going to do with this, because out of the 2 scouts I've seen so far, I mean, I haven't even seen the other scout, but I reckon it's got to be better than this one, so I don't know what we're going to do with this one. And just dent it even more, I guess. Really fuck it up. Actually, that's a great question. Where are we taking this? To the hangar. Okay. Another air... I mean, I'm not sure where any aeroplanes are taking off from here, but... Sure. Turn on engine too. Engine is broken. Alright. And you are just a tin can. You are just a tin can attached to the back of this truck then. May as well put a just married sign on the back of this truck. Actually, probably go. See what this is too. Alexander, the local inventor, decided to try and increase speed and efficiency of his truck with some simple modifications. On testing it, he plowed off the road and blew the engine. Would you mind taking a look? A Tiger. I don't know what your problem is, mate, but... What do we need to do? Restore it. Okay. We can come back later. Fix that. Anything to stop that awful sound. Now, I don't see why we couldn't get across the bridge towing this thing, but this bridge also looks absolutely cooked, right? Let's approach this with a healthy dose of skepticism, I think. We're better off going... Try and make this turn. I can't believe this thing's engine is broken. Because of course it is, right? and that's not where we want to go. We want to drive past. Go. Actually, no, we just want to go straight, and then we'll go across here. Straight past. We're not turning down there. We're just following the road. Ah, what a lovely seat on top of this rock. So pleasant. Thank you. I may now wipe the tears from my eyes just as a man sweeps crumbs from his table. They don't call me Vladimir Gluten for nothing. Okay. It's bread-related puns. Pavel's been waiting excitedly all night for a shipment of bricks, like a boy waiting for Santa Claus. Sadly, the driver plowed off the road and lost the cargo. Pavel's fate is now in your hands. Accept. So this needs fuel, a decent amount of fuel, 6 tires, and lots of upgrades. Okay. I think we can just restore. What does the railway station give us? Cement, oil barrels, cargo container, service spare parts. Okay. I think the best way is just going to be literally follow the road up here. And then come in here. Assuming we can, like, skirt across these people's backyards. So we'll recover. So we're repaired and refueled. We just, yeah, literally follow the road until... Yeah. And then follow the road till here. I don't think we have... Oh no, it is lost in the rocks. Okay, let's start tracking that then. I wonder if we're going to have enough fuel for this. Probably should have started taking some fuel trailers out, right? Leaving them around the map. What? Is it just because the roads are so bad that you can't really go very fast? It's an excessive amount of fucking suspension damage. It is nice to not be sliding all over the road too. You know? There's a little bit of sliding going on still, but nowhere near as bad. Although I believe there is a repair station. We might go for a little jaunt through here. Because it looks like we're gonna need it. Come on, mate. I wonder if in order to repair it you have to drive up on that thing, whether we can just sort of drive by it. Can we just get real close? No, we have to literally drive up on it. Okay, here we go. Nice. Okay. We can't actually repair here yet. All right. That's not good. We might just quickly drive over here and repair ourselves then. It's weird that that repair station won't let me repair myself, but it's fine. It's fine. We're not angry, just disappointed, you know? Just want to make sure we're going the right way. I feel like we already knew there was an upgrade here, right? That car normally means there's an upgrade here. But we definitely would have seen it. Right, yeah. Definitely would have seen it. Okay. So they're the backyards we're going to drive through. Just need to keep going. Find this repair spot. This factory, I think. Doing alright on petrol too, which is nice. Like, it's not the best, I'd much rather have much more, but Don't think we're going to run out. Should be in. Suspension absolutely cooked. Fine. Alright. Be on our way. You know what? It's not that big a deal. Not that much damage. Still embarrassing, but like... You don't need to turn around and fix this again. It's fine. As long as all the wheels are alright. Yeah, wheels are not great, but they're fine. They're not popped. Let's try going along the road instead of through people's backyards. Right. That seems like a bad idea. Maybe this way. Oh, I didn't actually think we'd get through here, but apparently we have, so... I don't know why that sound keeps happening. I wonder if this will start. Engine is broken. Alright, we're having to go through we're having to go with a car. What's the best way to go through here, you reckon? I reckon we're just gonna have to go up here. Very best not to flip this truck. see where we're going. I don't really think we need a scout to do this. I think a scout doing this would have been a real pain in the ass. That's said, right? Scout is recommended, please. Hey, you do you, you know? You live your life the way you feel is most fulfilling to you, I suppose. Getting a little low on petrol, but I think we should be alright. Like, not very far. Wonder if I have to get it up on that, like, repair stand thing. That could be a little bit difficult. Might just have to get real close and just drive up nice and slowly. It's a little bit off, so I kind of need to be much more to the left than it is. Thank you, I appreciate your help. Ever think of starting a driving school around here? Local certainly need it. Okay. So what are we going to do here? I wonder if this has any petrol in it. So, there's a fuel station here. There's a fuel station up here. So what I'm thinking is maybe we should leave a fuel station. Sorry. Some kind of fuel. Like here. Because we're obviously going to do a fair bit of sawmilling, right? There's a decent amount of stuff out here. So for all of this stuff, there's a fuel station. All of this stuff. I mean, we probably should... I'm assuming we're going to want to put one out here eventually too, right? Yeah, I really wish I'd have checked this while I was here doing this. So we might get another truck to drive. Fuel tanker. Here, we'll refuel this. Drive it through here and we'll plop it down here. I mean, I don't know if this road is even remotely reasonable to be driving a fuel tanker down, but it's fine. So what can do this? You can do it. And we'll just make it a semi-trailer. $3,000 liters. It's a lot. Another opportunity to see just what this truck is made of. If it lives up to any of its hype. Which I'm starting to think it definitely does, but... Because, in case you're wondering why we're doing this, we can only recover cars if it's a shortcut to a garage. So we can't recover that Scout we just got. Because we need to repair it. So we need to pull it all the way back to the garage. Or to somewhere we can repair it. I think just taking it back to the garage might be easier, to be honest. I feel like this road's, I mean, obviously it's new, right? Like, the new road, but I feel like this is going to be a road we're going to know very well. You know, sort of like the roads in Northport, where we just know exactly where we're going by the end of it. Yeah, it's real suspension damage central here. Crazy. For an asphalt road, there's a serious amount of suspension damage. Let's try and go down the right road here, because the left run was not good. Might be good to work out now, nice and early. I really should work out what the like active suspension does too. I don't really understand what it does other than put a wheel down. Yeah, this ain't much better. I mean, they're going left, right? I feel like I might have dug myself into a real hole there. And that was the main problem. Maybe this is just a very heavy load. this is a very poor path. Too many variables to make a real decision. And it's got all-wheel drive, so it shouldn't really be that much of an issue. Let's refuel it anyway. And carry some extra fuel for this truck if it really needs it. I don't know why it keeps making those sounds. All the like dead trucks in this game. The weirdest sounds. But other than outside the entrance to this place, it seems to be doing alright. The big rig. I'll just drive an auto. Why not? I mean, the real question is, can it make this corner and go down this tiny little road? But we're going to find out. Might have to anticipate this corner a little bit better than we normally do too. So we'll go wide. Wing. I think that's good. This doesn't look like it's some dodgy looking, extremely foresty. Well, I mean the forest is coming up, but looks like this truck should be able to handle this. feel like this truck often gets itself out of situations better with the suspension off than it on. But like maybe that's what it's supposed to be for. I just haven't figured that out yet. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Oh, we're here. So, we're going to park this right here. I think we can go back to this now. We're just going to drive this car back to the garage. Because the only other option is drive it here and repair it. And then we're just going to have to drive them both back anyway. So I feel like this is still probably going to be faster. I wonder how well this truck goes through this. Whether it really is just a massive boggy bog. Yeah, right. It really is just a bit of a shit fest. Hi. How are your eyes? Fine?
Fine.
Surprise, surprise.
But I got some new ones for watching TV.
New eyes?
Glasses.
Ah, okay. Nice.
You know how I say my eyes sting?
Mm-hmm.
Brain. Actually, how are your eyes? Not right.
Yes. I mean, I think you probably should. And for a WALK. I feel like, yeah, just, yeah. Clearly they put two of these in here to like, oh, which one should you take? Never this one, is what I'm getting. Yeah, so this is why that dairy was struggling so much. Not because it's, yeah, just a real garbage piece of road. Good thing we put some extra petrol in this one, so we have some stores left, huh? Real clever. Okay. Alright, I feel like we've almost undone the damage of going in there again. think we're going right here. Trying not to completely break our suspension on the way home. Can't promise anything though. Just a tin can bouncing along the back. Also, I wonder where our minivan went. It says well, the mission said we got one, but I didn't. Maybe it's in storage? Pretty sure I get an achievement for this too. Like towing back a truck or a car with a broken engine. Pretty sure that's an achievement I remember seeing. So this thing needs to be in the slot. Change mode. All right, let's customize. Jesus, got C power to weight ratio. The best it gets is B plus. All right. Okay. Archaic. Outdated impact sensitive gearbox offering only 3 gears. Yikes. We sell the archaic gearbox. We have raised suspension. Very nice. Okay, let's have a look. I don't think any of these tires are particularly great. What do we want? This tire spreadsheet. It's OS and MS. Off-road. 1.2. That's not good. Tires, MS. 1.6. They're pretty decent tires. Okay. Take that. We don't have the right suspension for this. Oh, it's raised. Jesus. Okay. I guess that's what you need. For 39 inches. Yeah, okay. Guess so. Autonomous Scout. Small roof rack. No repairs though, which isn't great. So all we're really missing is a much more powerful engine. But we'll give this a bash and see how good it is. Does look pretty fun. It does look sick. I will give it that. So we need to go up here. So we basically just need to drive. Now we're to go here and we just follow this road until it's at the quarry. And it has all drive and diff lock already. Which is very good. I didn't even notice that we didn't choose these because I guess they're not an option maybe. $60 liters of petrol. Okay. And it is, it's all over the show. I imagine once we find one of the two better engines, this thing will become much better. But we also haven't tried to do anything difficult in it yet, so let's not get too ahead of ourselves. It might still be okay with the base engine. So I'd like let's say 5 liters a minute. So it's got like 12 minutes of driving. Jesus. It's not a huge amount, is it? Like crazy. Like it's like... I don't know whether I'm just being blind and missing really obvious obstacles or these roads are just like littered with landmines or something. Alright, first week test. Turns very sharply. Let's not go anywhere near that right-hand entrance. Just avoid that like the plague. I guess it probably uses a fair bit of petrol because it's got all-wheel drive and diff lock always on, which probably is going to use a significant amount more than normal. But does mean it's probably going to be pretty good at shit like this. I wonder if driving low and high on the roads would be a better idea. Check and see how much fuel it uses when we do that. Yeah, 2 liters a minute. That's alright. It's like double the distance we can go. Oh. The time. Yeah, this road really is god-awful, huh? Yeah, can we go up here? Going cross country. I wonder if we can just follow this. Ah, no, it's not worth it. Turn off. So we get to this road. Oh, we gotta really, if we get desperate, we gotta just get to the petrol station, so. I really doubt this is like less than 50% of the speed of the auto. Actually, it's quite fast. We don't have all day, I guess. Till we can get to those logs. Fine. Get up on the side here. Alright. Just stop and make sure. Should we stop and get... Wow, we're going right past. We may as well get more petrol. I keep feeling like I keep hearing a train. I don't know why. Maybe there is a train in the background. Very cool looking factories though. Oh yeah, that was definitely a train sound, right? There's no train lines around. Yeah, we're just going to go up here, I think. Go grass for a while. We have enough petrol, I reckon. Once we... Okay, because it kind of looks like a road, right? So we can just go around here. Check this one, because they're pretty close to each other. I suppose we don't really need to keep an eye out for an upgrade here, because, like, this has all been looked at. It's really only through here that it's a problem. So how many upgrades? 24 upgrades. There's only one vehicle. Jesus. That can't be right, because we've... Unless this scout is the only vehicle you can find here. Be a little bit odd, right? Although, what I know, maybe it is. Maybe you have to buy the rest of them. Probably wasn't the best idea. I feel like it's still better than going through that bog, though. Must be getting pretty close, I think. God. Oh no. Here? Really? Of all places? Like, are you serious? It really not reach anything. And we're like literally in the arse of nowhere. We like, almost couldn't be further from the garage. Okay. All right. We're so close to finding out. Okay. Let's just see if we can find it here somewhere. Refueling services. So you get, I'm assuming refueling services here. Dirty deeds, no reward. No reward. No reward. No reward. Refueling services. Trailer store access. Warehouse access. Yeah, but that's like these aren't even in this area anymore. Yeah, none of these open. Just thinking, what else can we do if we have to drive a truck up here? Mount truck. Where do we get this from? I mean, I guess we could do this. Right, once we've come and turned this fucking thing over. Which means we have to reset the timer, obviously. Okay. 3 hours. 3 hours, that's terrible. Alright, let's go. Operation Rescue. And then he can turn around. Go get that truck out, I guess. Assuming we don't completely break the suspension while we're driving along this road. I've noticed, though, a lot of the damage happens before or after that bridge. I think we've just got to slow down a bit when we get closer to the bridge, and especially afterwards. Little one nicks are fine. That's whatever. The like 15s and the 30s that are the problem. Although, is there a... Nah, I don't... Yeah, is there a quick way you can just do the other quarry with this truck? Don't think so. Should be a lot easier to get to this place with this truck than it is with the Scout, though, I suppose, which is something. I feel like I need to sit up. Isn't this the way we went before? Shortcut and all that, right? I feel like once we got up this hump, it was much better too. I feel like for this truck, that wasn't that much better. Wasn't that much better. Well, we have a tree stuck underneath us. That's not good. But I mean, this is a good test to make sure that this truck can get to the petrol station too. This is an important piece of information to know. We can get from that garage to this petrol station. Like, I assume it would be able to, but like, you never know with this thing. You never know. Tree's still there. Surprise, surprise, it's much quicker and easier to get here with this truck than the Scout. Though still so disappointed this Scout flipped on such a just nothing piece of ground. Like, it's not even like anything worthwhile. Just terrible. Just some tiny little ditch. I don't even think we need to stop and get petrol. We can get petrol on the way back, I think. What if I can just go over here? I feel like this particular map is much more conducive to just going off-road. I feel like if you try to do that in Alaska or Michigan, spend 10 minutes trying to cross that piece of ground. It's nice, you know? Alright, we must be almost there. Be sure it's just around this corner. There it is, this stupid idiot. Dumb. Just dumb. Well, at least there's a truck here now if it happens again. Somewhere nearby. I really hope it doesn't, but... You know. We're literally this close. Okay, so that's blocked for... That's blocked as well. So we're just following this road until we want to turn up. When we get there and that's blocked too, then I don't know. Because... we looked at all the main missions and none of them opened the quarry. Radioactive. Uh-oh. Not good. I was expecting this road to be much less passable based on the fact that it's essentially not on the map, but really has not been that bad. That's where we were not that long ago. So that's a road down there too, apparently. Right. We went up there. Okay. To get to the tower. And we went like way across the back to get the upgrade. We just never came up here. Russian. Right, so it's why it looked like a concentration camp, because it's all... I mean, it still looks like a concentration camp. It's nucleared? It's radiated as well? Yikes. Yeah, and if this is locked up too, we can just recover from here, right? Makes it really not that bad. There is a train line here. Okay. I'm assuming blocked too, right? So that's like, I guess we should check tasks now, I suppose, because the tasks might do it, but I really doubt it. Lost Bricks wouldn't be it. SOS is just a trailer. Fallen Bricks. Downed Bricks. Swim. Drowned oil tank. Weird, huh? Dense Siberian woods and cold and welcoming ocean, the city of Zimnegorsk was once a prominent resource base for all the surrounding towns, from lumber mills to mines to oil rigs. What used to be the industrial heart of the region is now but a shadow of its former self, full of deserted or unfinished factories and eerily empty streets. However, a regional oil company decided that now decrepit city may still have some potential. Okay. So, I think this is what it is. Right. And they've got us doing it in a really fucked order. That doesn't say it's locked. So maybe we can drive out here first. Seismic vibrator module. Okay. Looking beyond the horizon. Complete geological exploration. Yeah, okay. Just as oil recon is a success, so I wonder if that's what it is. We'll try it, and we'll try going to the south. Actually, we'll try going to the north point and then the west point and hope it doesn't send us to the south point, because that would be a real pain in the ass. All right, we need a truck. I don't think this can be customized. Hey. Wow.
Hip slash abdominal injury.
Yeah. Yeah. Good one. What did I say? What did I say?
What did you say?
They'll just come up with some fake injury.
Yeah. I'm gonna say something like, we knew he was.
Nah. Yeah, if you want. Hey, Cosmic. How you doing? Good morning. What kind of takeaway do you want to get for dinner? You got 25 minutes. Is it cheap today, though? Do you want to check? Yeah. All right, we need the seismic something on here. Or afternoon. It's actually night. Probably can't see very well, but it is dark AF out there. 6:30 at night, which, you know, normally in summertime would still be afternoonish, right? But we're June 3rd. It's winter time. It's getting dark. What are we looking for here? We're looking for, what's it called? Seismic vibrator module. 14 hours ahead. Yeah, I think we're plus 10. So you must be -4. Which means you're like Canada or West Coast USA, I would say. Or you're on the very, very, very edge of Portugal and Spain, maybe. I don't know. I'd say US. 4:36 a.m. Canada. Nice. We just left your neck of the wood. We only just started Tamia. We've been I mean, Alaska's not technically Canada. I know, I get that, but like it essentially is, right? Geologically, it's Canada. What are we looking for? Seismic vibrator module. Okay. Maybe it's a trailer. Hey, Wizard Patrick, how you doing? What's going on? I have plans to play with viewers, but my first playthrough I want to do by myself. I've had many offers. I appreciate your offer because eventually, I mean, people have told me that eventually I'm going to want help with some of the like logging missions where you have to do like 6 loads. So probably will get people's help for that. But for now, I'm probably just going to do my own thing. But I appreciate it. So if we're just going to be carrying a trailer, what should we use? Maybe just this. It can pull a trailer pretty well. Hanging in there was up to 9,000 views. Got knocked back to 8.7. Holy shit. So you need 30,000 views. How did you lose views? How does that, how do you, is that like average or something? Yeah, we need to get, so what we were doing, we need to get, I don't actually know this for a fact, but I think it must be a trailer. Generator. It's not a trailer either. It's an attachment. They do some weird bullshit where they determine certain views are not real or... Ah, okay. Alright. That sucks. I don't know. Seems like you're on your way. You'll be there in no time. Okay, so we've got to figure out... Like I'd lose 5 views or something on occasion. It'd be a bit... 9. Yeah. That is annoying. So we've got to figure out which truck this attachment... I'm assuming it's not a Scout, right? No, they can only do roof racks. Just need to click, yeah. I'll just leave it on, I wonder, can you even put YouTube videos on, like, repeat? I'll just put it on repeat overnight for you. We're just looking at attaching only certain trucks and carry it, though. No, they can't. Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming there would be, like, a Chrome add-on or something that means you can put them on repeat, but, yeah, probably. I suppose that's probably why, instead of having a repeat option, people make like 18-hour long playlists of the same shit, like repeated over and over again, because you can't put it on auto repeat. You just got to make it like a 24-hour long playlist of the same thing over and over again, which is kind of dumb when you think about it. But so let's check. I think we've already checked this one, right? You can't put it on this one. And that one doesn't change. That can only put saddles on it. Okay. Not that one either. I feel like I've seen this module too. I like this. I've seen it. So one of these trucks must be able to put it on. Metal detector? Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Don't know why this has a heavy crane on it. That's weird. Seismic vibrator module. All right. All right. I don't remember whether... I don't even know if we've done any upgrades to this yet. All right, so that's the best engine. Got a good gearbox. Raised. UOD2. Advanced medium. I don't know why we'd actually need advanced medium, but might as well put it on. Engageable. Spare wheel. Snorkel. It's only rear wheel drive. I wonder. Actually, you know what we're going to do? Because I reckon if we go to the store, it would tell you. So what's that? The GMC. What kind of truck is this? Highway. So we go store. Highway. Compatibility. There's seismic vibrator module. So we should be able to go through here and pick one that has it. The DLC truck. Awesome. The Azov. Try that out. The P12. You should probably buy that at some point. Twin steer. And these are all DLC trucks. Jesus, a lot of heavy DLC trucks. Christ. And off-road. another as of. Freightliner. Oh, the Royal can do it. Okay. Let's preview. What upgrade? We got no. Okay, so it's got decent tires. It's got all drive always on and diff lock always on, so it's not going to be that bad. So as long as we can get some decent tires for it, let's try this one. So it would be nice if we could get some upgrades, but still got to find those. Now we need off-road gearbox. And we need to check our little tire spreadsheet. I'm assuming we're going to be going off-road or mud, so HS1. It's 1.5. And that 1.8, and the mud tires are MHS 22 and DMHS, which are all 22. So HS2 it is. Oh yeah, tire porn. Love a good tire. Advanced medium. Spare wheel, why not? Oh my god. And that one looks the best. Hey, no worry, Patrick. Okay, I think we're good to go. Oh, obviously, and we need this. Holy shit, that it looks like a heavy crane. Multi-purpose cargo module. Wow. Anywho, need this on here. So we're going to go... I'm assuming this is the north point. This is the south point, and this is the west point. Okay. Let's drive. Let's see how this bad boy goes. Probably terribly. Well, we got 13 minutes. I reckon we should be able to make it to the north point in 13 minutes. That is my estimate. That is my guess. Yeah, I really should have just gone straight to the store and looked for the seismic upgrade, right? Instead of just trying every truck I own. It would have been smarter to just go there. And I'll do that next time we need to find some weird attachment. But if this does the mud even remotely as well as the MK38, the Ankh does, We shouldn't have any real problems. Oh, shit, there's an upgrade in there. Okay, well, I doubt we'll forget that. But that is good to know. I can't believe I just saw that. Wouldn't believe it. Need to fix my posture a little bit here too. Got the real chimpanzee lump going. It's probably a good thing we didn't recover that, I mean, not that we want to cause an incident by rolling over, even though we're only at 32 minutes, which is really bad. At least the anchor's up there in case we do roll this thing and it's nearby, which would be helpful. Now, I think we needed to go that way. I don't know why. I mean, obviously, it's because it looks like it, but this thing just makes me think I'm driving like a rocket launcher. Like a June 2 rocket launcher, you know? What other games? Well, like the rocket launchers you see in Advance Wars. That Game Boy Advance game. But great game. Awesome. Got it on Switch when it came out. They re-released it for like the boot camp version too. Such a good game. But anyway, the rocket launchers in that game look like this. You know, a rocket battery on the back. But that's what this chassis looked like. This is what this cabin looks like. The front of a rocket launcher. I wonder how close I need to get to this thing. Like, there's no like moving parts to this, so I guess I just have to get close enough. I guess. Tell you what, this thing is doing a pretty decent job. Although I feel like 200 litres, much like the Ankh thing, is using petrol pretty quickly. Could be worse though. We are basically going right past a petrol station, so... I wonder how long it'll take me to learn the roads as well as I've ended up learning Michigan and Alaska. I did say that this road, this particular road, the asphalt bit and the mud bit, I feel like we're going to know very well by the end of this, because it seems like the main road, you know? I think it's worth... We have to drive all the way here, I think so. We have to stop and get petrol before we drive on, then we drive here. And then unfortunately we can't... I know, this is a quote-unquote road. Probably could follow this, I just don't know where it ends up. I assume it comes out here. We can just follow it down. But that'll be for tomorrow, I think. 7 minutes. We can do it. Yeah. Just making sure we're going the right way. Or I just randomly drive off down some other road. Can't have that. It was pretty close. Fine. It's fine. Yeah, the high gear on this is actually pretty good. It's got a bit of a squeal to it, but I feel like we're getting much better movement and traction in this gear though, which is a surprise. I'm pretty sure this is somewhere here. We just went straight up over the top, and I feel like we might do it again. It was quite effective last time. Roads where we're going, we don't need roads. My partner's never watched Back to the Future, by the way. It's unbelievable. I know. I know. Just trying to check if I'm in trouble or not. Doesn't look like it. I think it's this way. Ah, shit, we were supposed to get... That's why we don't go over the top, because we need to get goddamn petrol. Maybe we can steal petrol from him. Yeah. I really don't think that truck's going to be doing anything now. And certainly, if we steal it, it'll have enough to get back to the petrol station, even if it does need to do anything. So... Yikes. What do we reckon? I mean, we're taking a massive gamble that we're not going to roll. I mean, but with that petrol, we got all the way here. I don't see why we couldn't go here and then down here. At the very least, turn off, get petrol. I think that should be all right. And yeah, we just got to hope we don't flip, because there's going to be nothing nearby to help us. Ah, hang on. Hang on. I think I've made a huge mistake. I just assumed... North Point meant the entrance, but these numbers have gotten significantly bigger. Uh-oh. They just happen to north, south, and west. I mean, that's east for one. You idiot. So that's not the West Point, because that's east. Alright, well. we can give we can give this truck its petrol back. We need to drive back up here, but we need to actually be keeping an eye out on, like, where this is. So it's not here, it's actually just somewhere, right? Jesus. Alright. Well, that'll be for tomorrow, because it's 7 o'clock. We gotta go get dinner. But, you know, we finished Alaska today. We started. Done the scouting. We've done all the scouting we could. Right? So tomorrow we will come back. We'll figure out what the fuck is going on here. But yes, that'll be tomorrow's journey. I'll be back tomorrow. I appreciate everyone watching. And yeah, have a good night. Or morning. Or afternoon. Bye everyone. Bye. Bye bye bye.